Welcome back. Now on example 2 under polar form of complex number. Now, example 2 says express -1 minus I square root of 3. This is -1 minus I square root of 3 in the form r into bracket cos theta plus I sin theta. Now, it is still in Cartesian form. We are converting to polar form, right? So, solution. How do we go about it? Now, let's write the question. We're given -1 minus square root of 3, right? That's what we're given. So let's just put it in form of complex number and just say let our z be equals to -1 minus 1 minus I square root of 3, right? So we're given in form, let's just put it in form of complex number. So when you compare, the first thing you have to do is what? You say compare with what? Now we have to compare with z is equals to x plus iy, right? When we compare, we will now say what is our x representing here? What does x represent here? X is the real part. What is the real part here? That's -1. Don't forget, I always say take it with the sign. -1. And y, what does y represent here? Y represent this I is this I. So anything in front of the I is your y. So what is in front of the I here? Don't forget, you take it with the sign, which is minus square root of 3. Do you understand? You know this minus I square root of 3 is the same thing as saying minus square root of 3, then put the I. So meaning that anything in front of your I is your y, right? So what's our y? This is our y, this is the I. So this is our y. Do you understand? So now, after you've gotten the value of x and y, what do we now do? We move on, right? Don't forget, we are converting it from Cartesian to polar form. And what are the formulas for converting to Cartesian to polar form? We have just two formulas, which is the argument and magnitude. Now, what is the formula for the theta there? The formula for theta is what? Tan inverse of y over x. So if you are just joining us and you don't know how we got this formula, please click on the playlist below this video. It will lead you to the list of videos we made on complex number. Then you will see the videos on how we got this formula. Now, that will give us theta equals to tan inverse of, what is our y? Our y is what? Minus square root of 3. Then over our x is what? -1. So what are we going to have? That will be theta equals to tan inverse of, minus will cancel minus. Root 3 divided by 1 will give us what? Square root of 3. Now, when you press tan inverse of square root of 3, it will give you what? That will be 60 degree or 240 degree, right? It will give you 60 degree or 240 degree. So when you press tan inverse of square root of 3, to give you 60 degree or 240 degree. Now, which one am I to take between these two answers? Now, that's where you will now come back to your what? To your values of x and y. Then you draw, just make a sketch of it. Now, the y is negative, right? So it means it's somewhere around here. Then the x is also negative, means it is somewhere around here, right? Now, which quadrant do you think they will fall on? You know, this is the value where they will meet, right? Where do you not think they fall on? This is the first, this is the second, this is the third, this is the fourth quadrant. Where do you think they meet? They meet on the third quadrant. So what's on the third quadrant? What do you think will fall on the third quadrant? That's 240 degrees. So I'm picking this. Do you understand what we just did now? So it is the value of x and y that will tell you which answer you have to pick for theta here. So what will you just do? You now say since the complex number falls on the third quadrant. So since the complex number falls on the third quadrant, therefore, what's our argument? Our argument is what? 240 degree. And that's how we get that. Do you understand? Now, the next is you look for what? The magnitude. And how do you look for the magnitude? Using r equals to square root of x squared plus y squared. This is the formula. Now, that will give us r equals to square root of, what's our x? The value for our x is what? -1. So you say -1 square. You put inside bracket. Then plus, what's our y? Minus square root of 3. You put inside bracket. So that will give us r equals to -1 square will give us 1 plus, right? Minus square root of 3 square will give us what? The minus will affect square, right? It will become plus. The minus will cancel square root. Then we are left with what? 3. Then that will give us r equals to square root of what? 4. Then therefore r equals to what? 2. Let me explain this part very well for you. You know, when you have square root of minus square root minus square root of 3 all square. What does it mean? It means, this one is just like minus 1. It means the square will affect everything. That's minus 1 square. Then you also have square root of 3 square. You understand? When you have xy all square, it's the same thing as saying x square y square, right? So minus 1 square will give us 1. Then the square will cancel root. What do we have? 3. 3 multiplied by 1 is what? 3. That's how we have this 3. Do you understand? So now we've gotten our magnitude and argument. So what's the last equation we have to put it inside the final equation, which is z equals to r cos theta plus I sin theta. So what do we now have? That will be z is equals to, what's our r? 2 into bracket cos, what's our theta? 240 degree. Then plus I sin, what's our theta? 240 degree. And this is the final answer. Do you understand? So if you are told to convert it back, if you are given in in polar form and you are told to convert it back to Cartesian form, they are also very, very simple. What do? You compare this equation with this equation. When you compare it, what will be your r? 2. What will be your theta? 240 degree. What are the two equations you use? You use x equals to r cos theta and y equals to r sin theta, right? So what's our x? That will be 2 cos 240 degree, right? And here will be 2 sin 240 degree. Do you understand? So what are you going to have? That will be x will now be equals to 2 multiplied by, then you press cos 240. You get cos 240. So that will give us what? Minus 1 over 2, right? That's minus 1 over 2. You understand? So 2 cancel 2. What are we left with? Minus 1. So our x is minus 1. Then here will be 2 times sin 240. Will give us what? Sin 240 will give us square root of 3, right? Sorry, I'm coming on. Sin 240. So why sin 240? Sin 240 will give us what? Sin 240 will give us, that's minus root 3 over 2. So sin 240 will give us minus root 3 over 2. So what do we do? 2 cancel 2. What are we left with? Minus root 3. So we've gotten y as minus root 3 and x as minus 1. So you put inside the complex number x plus yi. What's our x? Minus 1 plus I minus root 3. So what's that going to give us? Minus 1 minus root 3 minus I root 3. See that it will take you back to your complex number. Do you understand? So they are just very, very simple. They are just very, very simple. So don't forget to please like this video and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at profk_24. So please do well to like and share this video, please. Thank you.